California Governor Gavin Newsom has initiated an order that requires all teachers and school administrators to be fully vaccinated or tested for COVID-19 weekly during the upcoming school year. California becomes the first state to issue such an order, despite the state leading the nation with 46 million vaccine doses administered. California has also reached a vaccination rate of 77% among those eligible for the vaccine who have received at least one dose as of last week. Conversely, Governors Greg Abbott of Texas and Ron DeSantis of Florida have signed orders to ban mask mandates in any government facility, including schools. Nationwide, children account for nearly 15% of new COVID cases, with 93,824 new infections reported between July 29th and August 5th, and a total of 4.3 million cases among children since the beginning of the pandemic, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics. Florida has led the nation in pediatric COVID-related hospitalizations over the last week with more than 300 cases. The surge in COVID cases among children in Florida has caused many counties in the state to contest the Governor DeSantis order and to require students, parents, and administrators to wear masks indoors during school hours and events. And Governor DeSantis' response to this has been to threaten to pull funding from school districts and withhold salaries of superintendents and school board members if his orders is defied. Governor Greg Abbott has taken a similar approach by refusing to allow government-imposed shutdowns or mandates. Mayors and judges have fought Governor Abbott's mandate ban by filing restraining orders to block enforcement, at least temporarily. Joining me to discuss COVID's impact on the upcoming school year are President of the NAACP of Fort Lauderdale Chapter, Marsha Ellison, and Broward County School Board member, Debra Hixon. Ms. Hixon, let's just start with, help me to understand what could possibly be Governor DeSantis' motivation other than naked politics and posturing for a possible future run for president or maybe running for governor again?
Well, that would be a short answer, because I don't think that there is a good reason. It doesn't make sense why we have had mask policies in place for the last 2 years, almost 2 years, and nobody complained about it. We kept the numbers down in our schools. We did not have a lot of spread within the school, came from outside. And there really is no reason in my mind that our governor is doing this.
Ms. Ellison, this COVID among children, COVID in children, is becoming a real problem in the country because the Delta variant is not like the other variants. And it is a real problem in Florida. And I think, one thing that we get wrong is that we think about it in relationship to adults. If this was just a disease that was affecting children with the exact same numbers, we would be rushing to try to protect these children. Why are we not rushing to protect these children in the country, but also in particular in Florida?
Well, I can tell you that in Broward County, we are rushing to protect children. Even as far back as last year, when the variant was discovered and we realized what a danger it could be to the community, the district, which I volunteer with, I serve on 2 committees, went through its policies and addressed the issue of masks. Everything you could think of that could have been an issue, it has been addressed. We have a very diverse district. We have a number of children who have different disabilities, different underlying medical conditions. And so the district looks to address all of their needs and always thinking holistically about keeping the children safe. That is the only motivation that we have in Broward, is to keep the children safe. And then when you think about it, you have the children, a lot of us, they board buses. As buses to us are like a rolling petri dish. You may have, 50 kids or so on there. You then have them go into the classroom. again, sixth largest school district in the nation. And we have school leaders and teachers, who want to do a good job. They love the children. They want to be protected themselves, and they themselves have underlying conditions. So there is just no good reason why is in Tallahassee and the governor is not doing this, other than politics. The district is doing and has been doing everything it can to take care of children. That's the only motivation they have.
Ms. Hixon, the governor has threatened to withhold the salaries of people like you who sit on school boards and also superintendents. What effect do you think that his threat to do that will have? Will those districts change their minds about whether or not to have mask mandates for those children and those administrators?
Well, some districts have already changed their minds. There were a few districts that said that they were going to continue mandating masks and not allow an opt-out, because really, if you allow an opt-out, you're not doing a mask mandate, right? If you're allowing them just to say, hey, I don't want to do it. And so that really did affect some districts. We got a threatening letter that said, you have 2 days to write a report or a response letter to this investigation that they're doing. And if you don't have a good reason, that they will start processing the being able to take away those funds. So we will see what happens. In Broward County, we have decided we're not going to back down. So we will see how that plays out. But other districts, there's only 2 right now in the state of Florida that have not caved in, and that would be Alachua County and Broward County.
Okay, Ms. Ellison, it's not just the governor who is against these mask mandates. There are a lot of parents out there who are against this mask mandate. The classroom has become a battleground over this issue of masking. What do you think has led to so many parents being against masking, even though it would help to keep their children safe?
I think a lot of misinformation coming from social media, coming out of DC, coming out of Tallahassee. And people get a little bit of information from the internet and just run with it. There's always, for example, folk that think that, well, we're not going to get the vaccine itself because they're putting trackers on us, or something like that, or it's not really effective, or they did it too quickly. So a lot of misinformation, some given out on purpose, and others simply people just don't have a clue. And so there is always a massive campaign to let people know exactly what COVID is and how it's affecting our community, and particularly communities of color. Folk are just not getting the vaccine as they should be, and they are suffering the consequences as a result of that.
Ms. Ellison and Ms. Dixon, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for all that you're doing to help protect the citizens of Florida from getting COVID, but in particular for helping to protect the children of Florida from getting sick. Tonight's prime number is next.